Welcome to Conversations Live. For more than a decade, we've brought you the best in books, entertainment, celebrity interviews, and current events. When the movers and shakers of the world have something to say to you, they say it to us first. Now celebrating 17 years of broadcasting success, here's your host, Cyrus Webb.
And welcome back, everyone, to Conversations Live. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again, both for our radio audience here in Mississippi and our online audience tuning in, thanks to our friends at Amazon Music Podcast as well as iHeartRadio. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I know for myself, not only have I been working from home, but also I've been finding things around the home to work on. And I think many of you, from what I've been seeing, especially on social media, you guys are also finding this time to do some do-it-yourself projects that maybe you've been putting off. Well, if you have some things you may want to do and not really sure where to start, our next guest can definitely help you out. We're excited to welcome Audrey-van-de-castle to our program. Audrey is not only a do-it-yourself expert, but also she's the Training Innovation Manager for Stanley Black & Decker. She's going to share with you guys some ideas maybe for what you guys can do when it comes to working from home on those do-it-yourself projects, but also where to be able to go to get some great information as well. Audrey, thank you so much for the time. I really appreciate it.
Hey, Cyrus. Happy to be here.
Well, Audrey, one of the things I noticed when I was prepping for this segment, this is something that you really enjoy yourself. So talk to us a little bit about your background. Have you always enjoyed being able to create and to do projects at home?
Definitely. You know, I essentially grew up around tools. So my dad was in construction, and he had a home renovation business. So I was always following him around to job sites or to people's houses and helping him on projects. You know, I think, one of my first and earliest memories is holding a hammer in my tiny hand, right? So I've always been around tools and kind of felt empowered by tools. And now, I run our makerspace, and I can do a lot of different DIY projects, welding, woodworking, painting, you name it.
Well, that's why I'm so glad to have you here with our audience. As I mentioned, I've been noticing on social media, Audrey, that our audience definitely has been talking about doing some things they've been putting off, whether it's, things outside of the home or inside the home. So I'm glad you're here with us. So what types of projects, Audrey, might they find easy to do, whether we're talking about inside or outside, if they have the proper tools to be able to get it done?
Sure. Yeah. We did a survey, the Craftsman Built at Home survey, and we found that a lot of people are doing projects, right? We clearly have more time in the house, and we want to make our surroundings better. We want to morph them with us. And one of the most popular projects that we saw people do was painting a wall. It's fairly straightforward. You don't need a lot of tools or skills for it. Even just an accent wall can really change the ambiance of your space. So that's a really great project to start off with. If you've been thinking about changing your wall color, jump into it and do it.
Well, I think that is one of the cool things, and again, like you said, that's one of the easiest things. I know that because you've been doing this for a while, Audrey, you have to have your favorites. So what are some of your favorite tools to work with that you think maybe all of us should at least have in our homes?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of tools you can have in your toolbox, but there's, three that I would say you should start off with because they're really going to be good for a lot of DIY projects. The first one is a cordless drill, right? Having a drill in your life makes so many things so much easier, whether it's assembling furniture or, putting shelves on the wall. That can really help. I think something that really goes well with a drill is a stud finder as well. So for those shelf projects or hanging that TV up on your wall, a drill and a stud finder, they really go hand in hand. And then, the last tool that I would throw in there would be a sander. There's a lot of fun refinishing projects that you can do, reclaiming projects that you can do with a sander. If you've got old furniture that could benefit from a new coat of paint, the sander is going to go a long way. So between a cordless drill, a stud finder, and a sander, I think you're really setting yourself up for some fun DIY projects.
Awesome. It's funny you mentioned that, Audrey. That's something that my mom recently added to her home was a sander. So I totally agree with that. So we are kind of in that weird time, right? Not only going into a new year, but also the transition from fall, getting ready for winter. Do you have any ideas for maybe projects that maybe we could do around the home that may fit around this time of year?
Yeah, there's two that really come to mind. One is like a decluttering project, right? We're coming to the new year. People are making resolutions. So whether it's going through your closet and purging those clothes that you don't wear anymore, or hanging shelves up or another pole in your closet, putting shelves in your home office or your kitchen to help you kind of just organize your space, that can be a really good way to spend some in-time, quality time this winter. And then the other one would be something like bringing more warmth into your space with picture frames or refreshing the pictures that are already in your picture frames, right? Even bringing plants and greenery into your space can be really great projects for the winter.
Awesome. Audrey, you really came through for us. I really appreciate you sharing these tips. Again, everyone, Audrey-van-de-castle has been our guest. She's not only Stanley Black & Decker's Training Innovation Manager, but also a do-it-yourself expert, as you can tell from this conversation. Audrey, from the information that you shared with us here, where can our audience go to find out more?
Yes, you can go to press.craftsman.com for project help, how-to videos, inspirational videos. And if you do end up working on some DIY projects over the winter, we would love to see them. Use the hashtag #BuiltAtHome on any social media channel so we can check out the projects that you're working on.
Awesome. Audrey, thank you so much for the time. I really appreciate it, and looking forward to having you back again.
Thank you.
And we thank your audience for tuning in to another great segment of Conversations Live. Until next time, I'm your host, Cyrus Webb, saying, as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Thank you all for choosing Conversations Live. Now let's go make today amazing. Take care.